Happy Sunday, everybody. And the award for band for whom we have a playlist, but it's been the longest since we've done one of their songs, goes to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So I'm going to choose The Adventures of Rain Dance Maggie for Mr. Jet Hamilton. Jet, thank you for saving the day. All right, I think I can do this in one fell swoop. I know Rasmus Sloth likes it when I do this. Here we go. The chord progression for the verse, which nobody is playing, is E minor and C. That's it. Whole thing. Campfire version. Looking like someone coming and wanted to unplug me. Right? That's it. But the bass is cool to know because you might want to do that. It's kind of fun. A string 7th fret. D string 5th fret. Down to A string 5th fret. 4, 3. That's the first half. Then we're going to go 3, 3, 5, 5, 3, 5, 6 on our way back up to 7. So first entire half. The first thing was just the first quarter. And the second half is 7, 7, that D5 again, down to A, and back to A7. Then, let me try this again. Curse you, sloth. But now we're going to go up to D5 before we go to A3. Woo! So, second half. A7, D5, back to A7, A5, D5, A3. 5, 3, 2, open. Whole thing nice and slow. Got it? Anyways, that doesn't just suggest, but tells us that the chord progression is E minor and C. But the guitar, of course, is mostly doing an E power chord, so A string 7th fret, just kind of strum it and wiggle it, and then wiggle the A string, or bend the A string 7th fret. And every once in a while you hear that guitar mess around with the 5th fret of the A string and then bend the D string 7th fret. Just kind of making E noise there, yeah. But there is one guitar, an entirely separate guitar, that's playing this D string 5th fret the whole time, just droning away like that. And that's really cool because over the E, which is an E minor, as we discussed, that note, the D string 5th fret, represents the minor third. This is where minor thirds are located. Here's our root, our E. Go down 2 frets and down towards the floor 1 string. But over the C, if you can picture your root C here, I've probably said 862 times that the 5th is located 2 frets up now and 1 string down. So over the C, that G note, it's a G note, because look, here's a G on the E string, and your octave now is located 2 frets up and 2 strings down, so there's 3 for you to remember where they're located. So it's a G note. Over the E represents the minor third. Over the C represents the 5th. So try to just stick your ear on that note. Got it? Root minor third, root 5th. Okay, that's the verse. For the chorus, the progression, which again nobody is playing, is going to be G, E minor. We got to G, E minor. Then C, E minor 7 with a B in the bass. Again, nobody's playing it, so we can play it however we want, but I'm going to choose A2, B3. When you say with a B in the bass, it means you take the usual bass note, E, out of your E minor chord. Well, not out of it entirely, but out of the bass. So now the lowest note is this B note on the A string 2nd fret. A minor, D. One more time with the campfire version. G, E minor, G, E minor, C, E minor 7 with a B in the bass, A minor, D, but I believe the guitar is playing higher versions of those chords. So let's play G, follow my logic, as a D shape. So D, E, F, G on the 7th and 8th frets. And then our E minor is going to become 7, 8, 9. Again, G, E minor. For C, let's, similar logic, F, G, A, B, C. Let's play those 3 notes out of your F-shaped C. So B string 8th fret, G string 9th fret, D string 10th fret. For E minor 7, we are going to play with a B in the bass. We're going to play D, 9, G, 7, and B, 8. A minor is going to become 5, 5, 5 on G, B, and E. And D is going to become baby E5, B7, G7. So we got D shape on 7 and 8. 7, 8, 9, E minor. 8, 9, 10 starting on B for F-shaped C. Now this is actually not as hard as it seems. Move the shape down and switch which strings your middle and pointer fingers are on. So, F-shaped C, E minor 7 with a B in the bass, 5, 5, 5 on the baby strings, add 7s on G and B there for the D chord. And then, of course, there's that pesky lead guitar. Let me turn back on my virtual tube screamer here from my Cheaty amp. Oops. Boom. So fun. Okay. There's the lead guitar, which chimes in the second go around of the choruses, right? And it sort of gets lost in the mix sometimes, but you can, the things that poke out are, well, it's the E minor pentatonic scale, so songs in E minor, right? 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 15, 12, 15. You can do whatever you want, but the things that poke out are, now it's time for that segment, is this is what it looks like when I don't when I don't do the cuts, are going to be G12, then bend G14, down to 12 again, and end up on D14. So then let's walk up starting on A12, 12, 14, D string, 12, 14. So that whole thing is going to be... And then going more along with the lyrics, bend the G14, 12, D14, and then it chimes in with B15, bend it, G14, B13. So then bend baby E15, B13, 12, bend baby E15 again, E, this is where it starts to get lost, so I'm just kind of filling in some gaps. B12, G14, and then you can kind of do whatever you want after that because you really can't hear it. So yeah, here, let's, what I just explained. Or whatever you like to do in E minor pentatonic, but that is it for the Adventures of Rain Dance. Maggie, there's only 2 parts, but I showed you a bunch of different ways to do each of them. So thank you so much for the request, Jet. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday or whatever day it is you're watching this on. And this song reminds me of a group of older boys at my studio in California. It was the Dark Kermits, Timo, Max, Jesse, and Lucas. So gentlemen, if you watch this, hello, text me, everybody else. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time with more stuff. How did I do, Sloth? Goodbye.